Hello, my name is Eve Rojas, and I am so honored to be here with you today. I want to let you know that we are here in the studio 100% live, which is exciting, right?
We're right here.
But I want to apologize in advance to you as well. We want to recognize our donors, and if I mispronounce anybody's name, again, please remember that we are live. Thank you in advance, all of you, for gifting us with your time. Well, alrighty then. So there are so many ways this evening that you can donate, and I want to make sure just real quick to go over some of those ways. Now, if you registered on the GiveSmart site, you can go to snl.givesmart.com or text SNL to 76278. Now, also, there are so many terrific silent auction items that you can purchase, and don't forget about the raffle tickets. There are some amazing packages. There's always the option to simply donate. At any time that you are so moved throughout this program, please do so, and we'll be able to thank you. Any amount that works for you is a great sacrifice, we know. Thank you for joining us for the signature fundraising event, which directly supports the patients and families served by the various programs of Kansas City Hospice. If you've been with us in previous years, you know this event, well, it's looking a little bit different or a lot different than last year. But in addition to the obvious change of venue, we are making a significant milestone in the history of the organization. 2020 is the 40th anniversary of Kansas City Hospice. For 4 decades, they've been providing expert, compassionate care to people of all ages and stages of illness. What hasn't changed is the importance of your support for the mission of Kansas City Hospice and palliative care. You have joined us tonight because you understand what a powerful difference the right team of caregivers can make in the darkest of times, and how meaningful your financial support is to ensure this care is available to all in need every day of the year. Kansas City Hospice fulfills its mission each day, never turning away anyone because they lack resources to pay. And this can happen only because of you. So thank you for joining with us tonight and for demonstrating your commitment to the most vulnerable members of our community. Joining me tonight is David Whiteley. He's president and CEO of Kansas City Hospice, and Elaine McIntosh, past president and CEO of Kansas City Hospice. Between the two of these, they have a treasure trove of history, almost 30 years supporting Kansas City Hospice. So please join me right now, welcoming Kansas City Hospice President and CEO.
All right. Thank
David
you,
Whiteley.
Eve. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say welcome to everybody. So first, I know that the Chiefs lost today, and that's okay, because tonight we're going to turn your excitement around, and so you can go ahead and donate to us and make this a wonderful night. We're going to have fun. So as Eve told you or mentioned, this event is really a much different look and feel. And that's okay, because the most important thing is that we're coming together to celebrate Kansas City Hospice and our 40th anniversary. We have a fun evening planned for you, and we're thrilled that more than 700 people are tuning in to celebrate the impactful work of our organization. It's an honor to have Elaine McIntosh here with me tonight. And as we celebrate this this 40th year, we've been socially distant, and we've also been tested. So I want you guys to know that as well. I want to extend my heartfelt thanks and congratulations to our event co-chairs, Tom and Carla Ropp, and Courtney and Michael Ropp. And, you know, just about a year ago, they said yes to being our event co-chairs. And frankly, little did we know what we were about to endure over the next 12 months. But we've reinvented our signature event from an in-person event to a virtual event. And I can tell you it's not easy. But their collective commitment, their strong desire to support the work that we do for our community, and has really led to this exciting evening, and we're so very grateful. On behalf of our board of directors, our staff, and most importantly, our patients and their families, I'd like to add my thanks to all of our sponsors and supporters for coming together with us tonight, for your commitment to our organization and your support, because it's so necessary and meaningful to provide care, which is provided to people of all stages, as Eve said, and all ages, throughout the Kansas City community. I'd like to recognize nearly 30 community board members who provide their time, their talent, their expertise to our organization. Their dedication to our mission is inspiring to me, and it's also it's a pleasure to work with them very closely on a regular basis. Also, as CEO, it's an honor and a privilege for me to lead and support more than 350 incredible staff members who take great pride in delivering exceptional patient care to nearly 500 patients every single day. I stand before you tonight with a heart full of gratitude and respect because of how they have responded in heroic ways as we face the pandemic together. Their creativity, their expertise, their foresight, their commitment to our patients and families is simply outstanding. And I'd like to share a fun fact with you. Just this week, we completed our 3rd annual employee giving campaign, and it's called Above and Beyond. And it's my pleasure to let you know that our employees have collectively given more than $25,000 right back to our organization. Yeah. So not only are they compassionate and amazing at what they do, they're generous and committed to what our mission means to the families in our community. It's wonderful to see so many familiar names that I recognized that were registered for the event tonight. Many of you have been supporting Kansas City Hospice for a very, very long time. But for those of you that are new, welcome. Welcome to our celebration. And please know, we are so glad that you've joined us. My hope is that you establish a connection with us, that you learn something new about the important work that we do and what we're able to accomplish because of you and your generosity. I have the awesome opportunity every day to be reminded of the impact that we make. But tonight, we want to show you how you, as a donor, make a difference. We thank each of you tonight for being partners and supporters of our mission. And we thank you for your trust in us to use your gifts wisely as we work each day to provide compassionate care for families right here in Kansas City. Back to you, Eve.
Thank you, David. We have some wonderful raffle prizes this year, truly wonderful. 2020 has been a challenging year for all of us.
And Eve, you know, one of the things that I didn't say just a minute ago was that we had an incredible planning committee. Our committee was fabulous, and you can tell by the outcome of the raffle. So and the silent auction. So take a look at that. But
they are. And when we think about the challenging year that we've had, some of these raffle items you're going to just love because there's a safe way to go and experience travel again. And that essentially is by having your own private getaway to enjoy. All right, so let's go ahead really quick and just let you know what those raffle items are again real quick. And you want to make sure that you are registered. And again, if you're not registered, just go online to snl.givesmart.com or really easy, text SNL to 76278 to receive the link, and then you can just register from there. $50 for one ticket, or it's $250 and you'll receive 6 tickets. And also keep in mind that the silent auction items, they will be closing at 10 o'clock, and these amazing raffle packages, we will be announcing who wins these at the end of the show. All right, so again, let's just should we tell them about a couple of these real quick?
Let's do it.
All right, so this first amazing package that we have is the destination of the most beautiful Santa Fe, New Mexico. You're going to enjoy 6 days, 5 nights in a luxurious 5-bedroom resort. I know, right? That sleeps up to 10 of your favorite people. And also, it's in this beautiful, prestigious, gated community, Casa Plata Cielo. And it's just minutes away from the Santa Fe famous opera. All right, and how about this? Sunny Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Enjoy 5 days, 4 nights at a spectacular home right at the Bay of Banderas. While you're staying there in this beautiful, luxurious home, this sleeps up to about 6 of you. You're going to have your own private pool, an amazing 5-star chef, a housekeeper, a groundskeeper. You're not going to have to worry about anything other than enjoying the company and the beautiful destination.
We should go tonight.
Well, somebody will be going. We'll tell who the winner is here today.
Absolutely.
All right, one of the most beautiful places to be in the summer Aspen, Colorado. 1 week stay, June 19th through the 26th of 2021 at the Ritz-Carlton Destination Club, Aspen. Wow. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's an apartment that sleeps up to 8, but although it's apartment living, still it has all the amenities of the Ritz-Carlton Club. Aspen Highlands sits right there at the foot of a 1,500-foot mountain. Stunning views, but I don't know about you, Mike, or you, Elaine, but I love mountain biking. There's over 125 different trails for you.
Fun.
Yeah. Now, someplace I love right here near home is Branson, Missouri. I was just actually there 2 weeks ago. This is for you to enjoy a 3-night stay at Wildwood Cottage. It's a lovely 3-level house, just 6.5 miles from Branson. This includes a rental car and $100 at KT's to fill up that gas tank, as well as a new set of luggage. And don't forget, the raffle closes about 6:15 or so. So you have time here, and we might push that a bit. So keep going ahead and purchasing those raffle tickets, and the silent auction will close at about 10.
Perfect. All right. Well, we're getting started tonight, and it's my honor to introduce 2 incredible couples and community leaders. Their devotion to our support of our organization extends far beyond this event. And we are so grateful that they've led the Sunday Night Live Planning Committee in creating this virtual event. So join me in welcoming our event chairs, Carla and Tom Raup, and Courtney and Michael Raup. Hello, guys.
Hey. Hi, David.
Hey.
How are you?
Elaine.
Good.
We're good.
Good evening, friends. It's such an honor to be with you tonight as we celebrate this 40th anniversary celebration event. We've enjoyed such valuable time together as a family, serving as event co-chairs, and we're so grateful for the support of our volunteers and donors throughout the community.
We'd like to take a moment to recognize some of the key people who have made tonight possible, including the following major sponsors: the Automobile Dealer Association of Greater Kansas City, Herb and Bonnie Bookbinder, the Mallon family, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City, Lockton Companies, Tom and Teresa Walsh, Jeff Gelvin and family, Paul Denzer and Sue Bernstein, and finally, the University of Kansas Health System. Thank you.
Tonight wouldn't be possible without any of those amazing donors, and it also wouldn't be possible without the hard work of so many people throughout the last year of planning this event. In particular, we'd like to thank all of the work of the Sunday Night Live Planning Committee, who has worked tirelessly throughout this year and in a challenging environment without being able to meet in person or anything. It's been a pleasure to work with all of them. And also to the wonderful team at Kansas City Hospice, who pivoted halfway through the year and created this virtual event. Thank you for all of your work as well.
On behalf of our family, we want to thank all of you for taking a part in this virtual event this evening. Enjoy yourselves and help us celebrate 40 years for Kansas City Hospice. Cheers.
Cheers. Good to see you. Bye, guys.
Thank you to the Raup family for your commitment to the Kansas City Hospice mission and for all of your work to make Sunday Night Live such a success. It's often said that there is no higher calling than that of a hospice nurse. Providing compassionate care to those who are dying requires a special kind of person. 40 years ago, Kansas City Hospice hired its first nurse, Mary Lou Hathaway. Elaine, give us your opinion on what truly makes that hospice nurse such an individual, because that is not easy work.
I have been taught and shown by hundreds of fabulous nurses really what it does take. And among all the gifts and skills that they bring to the bedside, the thing that impresses me over and over and over again is they all have a kind of fearlessness that lets them walk into a family's life at a time which is intense and painful and just begin to support that family. They are adaptable, they have open minds, they have open hearts, they're smart, but probably most of all, I think they bring a very gentle spirit, and no one exemplifies that more than Mary Lou Hathaway. Mary Lou.
Oh, thank you, Elaine. I appreciate that. Well, believe me, this being able to participate in this 40th anniversary event is a pleasure and something I never could have imagined 40 years ago. In 1980, when I first started with Kansas City Hospice, the whole concept of hospice was an unknown in the Kansas City community. So we had a lot of work to do to educate. And due to the vision and the direction of our director, Barbara Eisman, she hired a team that represented the 4 cornerstones of hospice care. There was a social worker, a nurse, a spiritual care provider, and a volunteer coordinator. When we came in on our first day, we entered into an office with a desk and a phone, and that was it. We began to sit down around a conference table as a team and pour out our dreams and our hopes and what information we had been able to gather to create a possible agency. In the beginning, we, excuse me, sorry.
Maybe you should answer it.
I'm so sorry. The responsibility that we had was to create things like a mission statement and policies and procedures and nursing care plans. And as soon as we got pretty much that concept underway, we went out into the community and we talked to churches and we talked to Sunday school classes and we talked to doctors and we talked to pharmacists, because none of them really had any idea of what it took to provide all of the things we needed to do our hospice care. So the education was a very big part of the beginning.
And let me ask you, Mary Lou, what is your 40th anniversary wish?
Well, I certainly hope that Kansas City Hospice will continue to be a beacon of compassion and care in our community, and to use the power of teamwork to advance and transform our healthcare in the Kansas City area.
That's terrific. We're so grateful to have you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mary Lou.
It's
It's okay.
We lost her, but that's okay. Yeah,
Here we
we've
are.
talked about a few of the fabulous trips that are in tonight's raffle. But if you want to stay a little closer to home, we have a few other fun options for you to put your raffle in for our drawing later this evening. All right, so let's take a look at this. All right, I know, Mike, you mentioned about the Chiefs, but they're fantastic. They're fabulous. So this next raffle item, you are going to want to be at the next home game. This is tickets for 4, including a parking pass. Not to mention, you get a signed framed Patrick Mahomes jersey and so much more. All right. The next opportunity for you is a Pedego electric bike. Imagine yourself pedaling or just cruising around Kansas City in a beautiful red Pedego Comfort Cruiser step-through electric bike. And I want to say thank you so much to Pedego Electric Bike in Waldo. You're on a red electric bike. We know we're going to find it. It was here at the raffle at Kansas City Hospice. Next, for those golf lovers out there, how about a Tom Watson autographed Wedge Golf Club fitting, bag, and accessories, and 3 rounds of golf for 4 people at area courses, 3 different courses. Now, this one's always really popular too in Kansas City. Do we have that jar? This is really exciting. We have some of the best food in Kansas City. Yeah. We have some of the best chefs in Kansas City. Here, can we show this? Elaine, can you? Yeah, take a look what Elaine's holding. We have over $1,500 of gift cards in here for the lucky winner of this raffle. That's a lot of carry out and a lot of curbside pack up. But yeah, $1,500. How much fun is that? Now, if you put your raffle ticket in that one, you're going to want to put the raffle, another one in this one. And this one is the raffle for fine wine. 12 bottles of wine from around the world. And you also get a 6-bottle wine chiller. Enjoy bottles from Napa Valley, from Bordeaux, from Rutherford, Rhone, all over, reds, whites, maybe a sparkling rosé. And of course, we cannot forget about diamonds. And thank you so much for Tibble for this spectacular infinite. Look at this necklace right here. It's 14 karat gold and 18-inch adjustable bead chain. Look at this, 0.27 carats. And I know the camera's a little far away, but trust me, this glistens like no other diamonds. Elaine's going to agree. Yes, indeed. My name is in this one. So if it does come up, it's all fair and random. So it might just be, I might be the lucky winner. Yes, indeed. So those are our raffle items for right now. And of course, the ones we mentioned earlier. Now, this is going to be your last chance to purchase raffle tickets. So we'll be closing that very shortly, but keep buying and putting your names on those favorite ones. Again, at the end of the program, we're going to announce who the raffle winners are. Now, Elaine, tell us about why Hospice and Palliative Medicine Fellowship was created and that was established, and it was so important for the organization. Can you tell me why that is?
Yes, I certainly can. I mean, it was very important for the organization, but it was also very important for the community and the country, really. There was, at the time that we did that, the recognition of a growing body of knowledge, and the way to transmit that to physicians who really wanted to specialize in this kind of care was through the establishment of a fellowship. So we did that, and it was a major undertaking. We had wonderful leadership from a fellowship-trained physician our first hired fellowship-trained physician, Dr. Christian Sinclair, who's still a great supporter of the organization. And now Dr. Lindy Lanzat from KU is the director of the fellowship. Lindy did her fellowship at Harvard, and I can tell you that ours is every bit as wonderful and even better as the fellowship that she trained at. And she will tell you more about that now. Over to Dr. Lindy Lanzat.
Hello, thank you for that nice introduction, Elaine. Partnership with Kansas City Hospice is vital to our community so that we can offer the physician expertise that our patients and families who are dealing with serious illness deserve. A fellowship is a supervised training program that allows a doctor to gain the added expertise. As mentioned, in 2005, Drs. Ann Allegre, Christian Sinclair, and Karen Porter Williamson combined efforts from Kansas City Hospice and the University of Kansas to create one of the first 32 fellowship programs in the country. Now there are over 150 fellowship programs. Despite the growing number, there's still a shortage in the country of hospice and palliative trained physicians. During the fellows' one-year training, they will work with Kansas City Hospice physicians to do home visits, to care for patients at the hospice house, and to learn from pediatric experts through the Carousel program. They also visit Solace House to learn important grief and bereavement skills. Our training partnership expanded with partnerships with Children's Mercy and North Kansas City Hospital, and now we're able to offer 4 fellowship positions annually. So this year, Kansas City Hospice is training their 38th, 39th, 40th, and 41st fellow.
Right.
Thank you so much. I want to ask you one quick question. What is your 40th anniversary wish?
Well, my 40th anniversary wish for Kansas City Hospice and Palliative Medicine is another great 40 years of being our region's premier academic hospice, sustaining this important pipeline of training physicians that are ready to meet the needs of patients and families dealing with serious illness. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Good to see you, Lindy.
Now, David and Elaine, together you have nearly 30 years of history with Kansas City Hospice, and that's really quite extraordinary. So what I'm going to do now, I would love to hear from you. What impact do our donors have on the organization?
Well, Certainly, as is well recognized, there are a myriad of programs provided by Kansas City Hospice for which there is no external reimbursement. And so those philanthropic dollars are crucial to providing services such as Solace House and many other counseling type program and other programs that have been mentioned. But the other thing that philanthropic dollars do, which is so vital to the well-being and health of the organization, is to provide some significant financial ballast to the organization so that it has a stable foundation. It gives it the opportunity to invest in people, to invest in programs, to invest in the future, and it doesn't have to live hand to mouth worrying about whether or not they're going to have to cut a program or make a major change because they don't have the resources. So philanthropic dollars are so vital to the well-being of Kansas City Hospice and Palliative Care, and we are all so grateful for the support that those dollars provide.
And David, do you have something to add to that as well?
Yeah, I do. It's important for donors are actually changing lives right alongside with us, and they help ensure that like Elaine said, that folks are never turned away because they don't have the resources to pay, and our donors help ensure young families in our pediatric hospice are able to they don't have to worry about the care that they're receiving because of our donors. You also ensure that grieving children and families learn coping skills that they need to move forward after the death of a loved one. Another great example that we should talk about is earlier this year when personal protective equipment became scarce to find and expensive. Our donors stepped forward to help us secure additional equipment needed and to help our caregivers and funds to help our caregivers remain safe and ensure that our families stayed connected in a precious time with their loved ones. I think an astonishing fact is that on March 1st, we had never done a telehealth visit. And now we've completed more than 1,500 visits. And for example, these telehealth services, they've helped us safely care for patients that reside in long-term care facilities. They've helped us do nursing visits to ensure that we can be safe in people's homes. And also, it's allowed us to have children and their families stay safe whenever they need counseling. So we want to say thank you for those efforts, and you've helped us step forward quickly. It's our donors who have helped us reach this 40th milestone and who will help move us forward through the pandemic and even beyond. So I hope as you view the following video that each of you feel proud as you understand the difference that you've already made and that you can make in your community. Thanks so much.
It's been very difficult to help the grieving for people in this pandemic.
The last 6 months of leading our organization in the middle of a pandemic has certainly been an incredible challenge. But if you stay focused on what's most important, and that's our people and ensuring that they're protected, that allows them to do their job and have the confidence that they need in order to take care of our families and our patients.
When I found out the Kansas City Hospice paid over $100,000 to keep us safe and provide us with this equipment, it was fabulous. We were not expecting it because we'd heard all the horror stories out there. It was astonishing.
And it kind of gives you a reassurance when you come to work that you'll be taken care of and protected.
We've evolved our visitor protocols at the hospice houses. We've introduced porch visits, which allow more family members to actually come and visit their loved one when they're dying.
I think that's really made a big difference for a lot of places, because even like in facilities, you only have one visitor or one person can come in, and I think that's just a really big thing for the families, and it helps them out a lot.
We've just started at Solace House to begin our virtual groups with adults and children. And we wondered, will this work? Will they open up to us? You know, one of my favorite stories was from a dad who has a very shy daughter. And he didn't know if he could get her to come to group if we were going to meet in person. But by being virtual, she found the opportunity to share with us in a way that he knew he couldn't have had happen if he was asked to bring her here into Solace House physically.
Music therapy is important for hospice patients, especially because it provides a medium that they can connect through, whether they have dementia and are not able to communicate verbally anymore. It helps emotional processing with patients who are trying to get to a place of acceptance about a terminal diagnosis. And in a lot of ways, music is just a medium that reaches almost everyone.
We made arrangements to be able to get our tablets on rollers to be able to take into rooms so they can at least see them. We have to keep reminding ourselves that we are doing everything that we can do to bring comfort and peace to people with the limitations that we have.
My greatest joys are hearing the impact that we make to our patients and their families. When they tell us the difference that we're making at the end of their life and their journey, it's incredibly impactful.
That's the longest we have ever been apart, except for the time that he was in basic training and when he was in the reserves. And we've been married, we would have been married 62 years in June. It was Saturday. He said, I'm going to come home on Monday. And I said, oh, well, let me get everything ready. And hospice came out Sunday evening and set everything up for me. We actually put him in our dining room where all of our family gatherings were wonderful, and that's where he should be. He loved his country, and he loved having this honor service that they had. Hospice came out with We Honor Veterans. He had an American flag on one side and the Air Force flag on the other side of his bed. I think it's a wonderful thing, and we can't honor our veterans enough.
One with a field cat, and they finally had a cardiomyopathy. We prayed and we see what miracle. I believe in miracle. And
a lot of families are very private. They don't want to feel like they're not able to take care of their kids or that they need some extra support. I think what they really found out quickly is that there is no judgment.
They've been helpful, changing the big line. Yeah, and they brought diapers for him too. Yeah.
She helped me with my unemployment online.
It's really empowering them to be able to do what they want and need to do for their own family.
Yeah. And to say goodbye. Say bye to the camera.
Bye-bye.
Our donors allow us to say yes every single time and to offer programs that others simply won't. Our donors absolutely change lives.
Carl and I got to a point in our lives where we wanted to do more than just support them financially, and wanted to give up our time and become a more integral part, and hopefully in some small way, ours and our families' involvement have been able to accomplish that.
For me, it was, it's a way to introduce it to our circle of people and get our age group involved. And it's such an important part of life and our community.
There isn't another way we get this done. It's only through the generous support of community members and leaders across the region that Kansas City Hospice is able to provide the services that it does.
None of us have a crystal ball to know what lies ahead for all of us, but just the thought of knowing that if it would happen that we would need hospice care, Kansas City Hospice is there for us and for the family that remains afterwards to help them through all of the grieving and in the years that follow.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at the most magical part of the evening, and that's when we are going to invite each and every one of you that have gifted us with your time this evening, that has gifted us with your compassion. If you are able and willing to make a donation, you can do so at this time. Now, again, we are live, and as much as you can see us, we also want to be able to see you right now. And how that's going to happen is when you make a donation, I'm going to be able to see here on my monitor who is donating, so I can say thank you. And you can always remain anonymous. On your Give smartphone, you have Donate Now, which that's all you need to do is donate. Now, I want to inspire you and maybe educate you a little bit on how your financial support is so critical and how it impacts how we carry out the mission of Kansas City Hospice. So I'm going to go ahead and take us right now into the fund and need at this time. So again, ladies and gentlemen, when you think about the video that we just saw, 5,400 individuals impacted in a year and embraced by Kansas City Hospice. 525 dedicated employees. The work is tremendous. Ladies and gentlemen, again, at any time, if you are able and willing to donate, you can do so as easy as, you can go ahead and put that up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and reread to you again that the text number, it's that easy. Just text SNL, ladies and gentlemen, 27276-278. Now, I'm just going to ask you, John, give me a second here. What we need to realize, again, the impact of Kansas City Hospice and all those different programs, from the board-certified physicians to the nurse practitioners to 5 teams of nurses, the musician, the musical therapists, the art therapists, ladies and gentlemen, the grief counselors. Just a bit, again, to remind you of the power of your dollar. Now, at any moment, feel free to donate a level that's meaningful to you, but I'm going to start at this level right now, which is the $10,000 level. This level can help with capital needs related to patient care, safety, and comfort at Kansas City Hospice House or North Care Hospice House. Now, it's so important also we let them know right now that Paul Denzer and Sue Bernstein have offered a challenge to gift at $10,000. Yeah. So we really want to make sure that you understand we're challenging you to donate $10,000, and then they're going to go ahead and match that for you.
And Eve, you know, I think it's important to know that this is in honor of Paul's father, Jack Denzer, and that compassionate care Jack and his family received at the Kansas City Hospice House. And oftentimes our donors are absolutely motivated by the care that we receive. So we certainly appreciate them.
Yes, we do. And I want to call out some names right now. So I'm going to say thank you so much to Pan Glickman. She just donated $100. Thank you so much. And I want to call out Jean Paul Bradshaw, a $500 donation. Thank you dearly for that. And again, thank you, Anonymous, $25. $25 right now, especially.
We need it.
Every sacrifice is equal and it adds up. So thank you so much to that anonymous donation for the $25. And there, oh, that went too fast, but there was Derek out there.
Derek Teeter.
Yes, Derek Teeter. Thank you so much for your donation. There's Catherine Rupp.
Yep, $250.
$250. Joanne Morgan for $100.
All right,
thank
Joanne.
you all so much.
Thank you.
Look at, we're reaching our goal. Natalie Holden, your $50. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when you think about an entire month of staying in a place that is meaningful to you, surrounded by those that you love, the most hope and embrace is in your own home. So this next level of $5,000 helps 1 month of hospice care for a patient in the comfort of their own home. I mean, that is incredible.
It's important.
It is so important that these individuals have that option to stay home and still have that expert, compassionate care that Kansas City Hospice.
And Eve, one of the things, Eve, that's mentioned on the screen is we actually did more than $530,000 in charity care last year, which is so important. We always want to be able to say yes, and your donations make that happen. Thank you so much.
To say yes in that time of utter need. All right, David Brown, thank you for the $250. We have Sarah Carpenter, thank you so much for that $100 donation. Love seeing those totals go up. We have Greg Cradlefield,
Yep.
$250. And again, I apologize if I ever mispronounce your name. Jump in,
It's okay.
please.
It's okay.
If you need to help me out, we have Jenny Hessler at $250. Now, we just mentioned to have the care at the home, but what about palliative care in your home? Now, that's $2,500. We'll cover 1 month right there in your home. The best place for many individuals is to be at home surrounded by their loved ones.
And Elaine, maybe you should talk about palliative care and how important it is.
Palliative care is the easy landing to get to this type of care. We don't always know a prognosis. We don't always know exactly what's ahead, but still people need the meaningful support that's provided by an interdisciplinary team, symptom management, guidance, practical support, family counseling, teaching so families know what's ahead. All of that happens within the palliative care program. And many of those patients become stable and are discharged, come back in at a later time at some point in the future, possibly. But it is a way to get the wonderful care that a hospice can provide without being at a point in illness which requires hospice.
Absolutely. So important.
And we have another anonymous donor at $500. Thank you so much for that. We have Chuck Maggiorato.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Maggiorato,
Oh
you
my
did.
gosh, $1,000. Thank you so
Chuck's
much.
on our board. So thank you, Chuck.
And thank you, Courtney Craig, for your meaningful $50. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of you. $300 from Anonymous, which is fantastic. We appreciate you and that you're here, you're caring, and you're sharing in this way. Mike Shoemaker for $300.
He's another board member. Thanks,
Another
Mike.
board member. Thank you so much. We have Michael Schmitz, $250. Thank you, Michael. Now, in 1998, Solace House Center for Grief and Healing was founded to help grieving children and families. And in 2009, Solace House joined the Kansas City Hospice family of programs. Now, we're going to take just a moment to visit with Colleen Millett-Pels.
Hey, Colleen.
Hi, Colleen.
Hi, guys. Thank you, Eve. I liken Kansas City Hospice to a big tree that has many branches. These branches have developed over 40 years. The mission of Solace House dovetails so perfectly with the mission of Kansas City Hospice and Palliative Care that we became one of those branches in 2009. Kansas City Hospice offer the services of caring for a family going through a life-limiting illness of a loved one, continuing with the services of Solace House, who companion families in their grief journey. This continuum of care at this time of transition can be a constant. Perhaps it's the only thing that feels constant at that time in this family's life. This work is so hard in so many ways. It has to be a passion. Kansas City Hospice has that passion and compassion. Every single staff member, every single board member, every single volunteer. Was this the right decision for Solace House and Kansas City Hospice? The answer is a resounding yes. Leaves and branches rustling in the wind, yes.
I ask you real quickly, Colleen, what is your 40th anniversary wish?
Well, first of all, thank you, David and Elaine and the board members and the staff volunteers, past and present, for your unwavering care of our community. Because of you, Kansas City Hospice has evolved to meet the needs of our city as they have arisen. My wish is that you continue to grow those branches, the roots going deeper, ever-changing, everlasting. No child, no family, no member of our community should ever have to grieve alone. And Kansas City Hospice and Palliative Care assures us of that.
Thank you so much, Colleen. Salis
You're
Health
so
Center
welcome.
Sleep
Thank
and
you.
Healing truly is the only center of its kind in Kansas City and continues to be offered without charge to participants because of donor supports like all of you.
Absolutely.
The most recent addition to the Kansas City Hospice family of services is North Care Hospice House. With us tonight is Kansas City Hospice Board Chair and retired Senior Vice President and COO of North Kansas City Hospital, Jody Abbott.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Jody, how are you?
Good, good.
Jody, from the perspective of North Kansas City Hospital, tell us what you hope to achieve when you merged hospice services with Kansas City Hospice and how the partnership has made a difference for the Northland community.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we went through quite an assessment to do this, but really it came down to three important criteria. One of which was, would we find an organization that had a similar mission, vision, and values as North Kansas City Hospital did, and had a real focus on patient care and families. The second element was, would the organization continue to support the Northland community of which North Kansas City Hospital supported? That was very important to the hospital. And the third element was our employees that would be transferring with this transition. Would they be respected and valued the way we did, and actually support the contributions that they make and treat them well? After multiple meetings, interesting that Elaine's there, but after multiple meetings with Elaine McIntosh, at the time she was the CEO, Donna Payne, who was the chair of the board, and David Wiley, who was the COO at the time, it was very clear to us that Kansas City Hospice and Palliative Care was a perfect match for us.
Quick, what is your 40th anniversary wish?
Well, my anniversary wish for Kansas City Hospice and Palliative Care is to first recognize the 40 years they've already provided of great service to this community, and that we have a continued 40 years of great service, and to be the provider of choice to the greater Kansas City area. So cheers.
All right. Cheers to you, Jody. Thank you so much for your leadership. We appreciate it every single day.
Absolutely. It's an honor.
Thank you so much. All right, I want to just share this with you real quickly. The Automobile Association of Kansas City so generously just texted to give $10,000. So thank you so much. Woo! Yes,
Amazing.
Appreciate that dearly.
And Eve, that's above and beyond their sponsorship, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you so very much. It's so meaningful to us.
And it truly is. Your financial support is critical to carrying out the mission of Kansas City Hospice. So I'm going to take us right back into this magical moment of our fund and need. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, this next level of $1,000, what does that do? It can cover the cost to provide 1 day of inpatient care at Kansas City Hospice House or North Care Hospice House. When you think about that, $1,000, ladies and gentlemen, the power of a night when someone does need to leave home for what reason. In care, patient is so important. $1,000, ladies and gentlemen. And again, it's
Eve, I think Elaine and I were talking about this today. Actually, we had rehearsal and we were talking in the parking lot about that $1,000 and what does it mean. And Elaine has such a great, kind of a great perspective, and I'd love you to share that.
Well, we were talking about, I was wondering, how does that strike someone? Does that seem like a lot of money for a night in a hospice house? Does it seem like a bargain? And I remember, it's expensive, but it's nothing compared to one trip to the emergency room or a night in a hospital. The difference in the cost is dramatic when you're in that setting, and it's exactly what people need, that type of inpatient care. But if you think, what does it cost? A fine hotel can easily run $400 a night, and that's all it is. It's a fine hotel room. In a hospice house, you have a team of nurses, you have a physician, you have every medicine you need, you have all your meals covered. So, and really, for the loving support that people get there, in my view, it's a bargain, but I know it's a lot of money.
it's a bargain. It's important. And, you know, what people tell us is that when they actually get to the hospice house, they're able to become a family member again instead of a caregiver. And at those final days and those final hours, it can be so important. And I just saw Jenny Linebarger gave $1,000. Jenny, thank you so much. She works at Children's Mercy. We love partnering with her. Thank you so much.
And also in the video, think back. Everyone's being creative. They were pivoting as well.
Yeah.
Those patio visits.
Yeah.
Where they bring the family member out into the fresh, beautiful air to visit and adapt to everything going on. That $1,000 is very important. Now, ladies and gentlemen, grief counseling. We heard about Solace House. This next level of $500 is so important for one family grieving the sudden death of a loved one. Can promote so much.
So important.
Yes, it's so important. And at this level, ladies and gentlemen, Marnie and John Sherman hold a very special place in their heart for Kansas City Hospice and would like to double your gift at the $500 level. So if we can get 20 of you right now, every gift at the $500 level will be matched. So where we're at right now, we're going to keep a monitor, our eye right here.
There's Megan Costello at
$1,000. Thank you
All right,
so
Megan.
much. Thank you. Thank you. Nancy Carl, thank you for your $250 donation. So appreciate you. Joseph Onofrio,
Yep.
thank you for your $100.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. 500. We're going to try and keep, and I know the
Donna
different levels.
Payne.
Donna, thank you for your $500
She's
that
our-
just became
She's our former board chair.
$1,000.
Yep.
Former board chair.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Bill Intrader on our board of directors. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you for your $250. We want to see a few more of these $500. Oh, Kurt and Mary Doyle, thank you so much for your $250 donation. We have another $100 coming in
All
from
right, Melissa Cooper.
Thank you so much. And now again, any level that is meaningful to you, you can donate and that button that says donate now. We're just trying to inspire and educate you at a few different levels. Thank you, Chris Reuter,
Thanks,
for
Chris
200.
Reuter.
Yes, for
From
250.
KU. Thank you,
Oh, from
Chris.
KU. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is the power of $250? Well, we heard that we take care of also some of the tiniest patients. The Kansas City Hospice Carousel Pediatric Team is the only hospice team in the region dedicated to the unique needs of children and their families. And when you think about the care, when you think about the tools, the instruments, they are unique. They have to be appropriate for the tiniest of our patients. So $250 helps support that.
Eve, one of the things, I mean, nobody wants to think about pediatric hospice. When you talk about it, people frankly gasp. But if you need it, you need an expert, and that's what we are. And we've been doing that since 1989. I'm so proud of our Carousel team. They're absolutely incredible. So thank you for donating at that level as well. Matt Mellor, just saw your donation. Thank you so much.
I saw $50 for Fred
Great work.
Angadi.
Yep. Pat Meads, $100. Thank you so much.
Appreciate everybody. We have another $500 coming in.
Kate McKinney.
Thank
All right,
you.
Kate,
Thank you so much. Okay, so in the video also, we saw the Moses family. What does the $100 level do? Well, like they said, they could have Christmas.
Yeah.
So that $100 offsets the day-to-day needs of families who are struggling financially as they care for their loved ones. $100, especially now, is a great deal of money, but $100 to someone who just needs that extra something is so important, the $100 level.
One of the things that our Vice President of Development, Karen, and I talked about is just when the pandemic hit, the immediate need that folks were having is, it was just intense. And the screen before just said, no utilities, no food in the refrigerator, no air conditioner. And so when our nurses and our staff and our care teams go into the home and they see this and they recognize this, Ricky Oldham, she's a manager on our team, just gave $250. Thanks, Ricky. Terry Olson, $500. Thank you so much. They go into the home and they understand and they're so compassionate and they let our development team know. And these funds help us make it happen for them every single day. And it's incredible and it's heartwarming and it's difficult too.
It is.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you to Megan Costello. She just donated $1,000.
All right, Megan.
I know. I love seeing the
She's
names
on our
coming.
board.
She's on your board as
Yep.
well. Lexi Kiesler, thank you so much
right, Lexi.
for your $100. I just want to take a seat here and just keep saying hello.
Yeah,
Bo
yeah.
Jackson, thank you for the $400.
You know, we missed one, Jeanette Ford, who worked at Kansas City Hospice for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Jeanette, thank you so much.
All right, Jeanette. Yeah, that's terrific. I saw Terry Olson. Thank you for your donation, Terry.
Terry Olson bailed our capital campaign out
All
with
right.
a enormous, wonderful gift right when we needed it. Terry, you've been a fabulous supporter for so long.
Karen Porter Williamson, thank you so much for your donation, $250. That's terrific.
And Miss Linebacker, I missed her first name. It goes so
Jenny.
fast. Jen, $1,000. Thank you
Jenny.
so very much for that. Now, David and Elaine, we're just about to draw our raffle prize winners. But before we can do that, we need to share your 40th anniversary wish with all of us for Kansas City Hospice. So, Elaine, do you want to go first?
Sure. Some years ago, we did a video, and one of the daughters of a patient that we had taken care of said something that has stuck with me for a very long time. And this embodies my wish for Kansas City Hospice for the next 400 years.
400.
And that she said, I know that it's very hard to have hospice, to have someone say that word. But she said, the minute you think you may possibly need hospice, that's the time to call. Don't deny yourself the care and support and comfort that you can receive. So that embodies my wish, which is that the public, the world would understand that hospice is not the end. The end is the end, and hospice doesn't control that. But hospice can make that journey so much easier on everyone. And I want that to be digested into the cells of everyone, because too many people still get there way too late.
You know, Elaine, I think it's so important, and that's awesome. And so I wish that too. And I also wish that our community supporters, our donors, that you continue for the next 40 years. And this work is not going away. It's so important. It's going to continue. And, you know, one of the things that we talk about internally is growth. And it's not because we're trying to make this a business, but it is a complicated business. But when we grow, then that means that just more people are getting incredible care that they deserve, and they get it from the best, which is our team. So my wish is to ensure that our donors and our supporters hang with us, keep it going. We appreciate you so very much.
All right. I think it's time now for our raffle prize drawings. Are we ready for that?
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So I guess you want to go with your first one?
Well, I have a very fine list here. I mean, I've got the trips.
Oh,
okay.
Should we go from the fine wine down to the trips?
Sure.
As you wish. Do it.
Okay. We're going to start with the fine wine, which was an exquisite package of beautiful wine. And the winner of that drawing is Rona Morgan. So congratulations, Rona, on your fine wine package. The next one that I have on my list is, all right, it's the Golf Life, which is an incredible package that had the signed Tom Watson wedge. And actually a big fun supporter is Mr. Jeff Whalen, who won that. So congratulations, Jeff. We're so thrilled that you won that. Okay, a big one is
all right.
do you want to do the Diamond Delight, or you want to wait?
Well, I don't have.
Okay, I'll do
Diamond
Diamond Delight. It's right here. It's beautiful. Diamond Delight. The winner is Miss Dina Parker. So congratulations, Dina, on that beautiful diamond necklace.
Oh, I didn't win. Okay.
sorry.
All right.
You didn't.
All right, David.
She didn't win.
All right, my other next favorite one is the KC Foodie Tour.
Yes.
Over $1,500 worth of gift cards. All right. I wish I had a drum roll.
I could do it.
John Cook, you are going to be enjoying some of Kansas City's finest for a very long time.
All right, John. Good job.
All right. And then I know this will be fun. The Electric Dreams. Okay. Ready?
Ready.
Ann O'Brien.
All right, Ann.
Ann, looks
congratulations.
like, yes, you are going to be riding around that beautiful red bike. And we have faith. We adore you, Kansas City Chiefs. And who's going to the next home game? Bill in Trader. I hope I pronounced that right.
Oh my gosh, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
All
good,
right,
good.
Bill.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Bill.
And you're up, Elaine.
Okay, so the Branson Getaway goes to Lori Olson.
All right, Lori, congratulations.
Lucky Lori. The Aspen Summer goes to Tiffany Hetland.
All right, Tiffany.
That's wonderful. That's a great trip. The Puerto Vallarta Paradise goes to Janet Williams.
All right, Janet.
And the Santa Fe Vacay Stay goes to Lisa Peterson.
All right, Lisa.
Congratulations, one and all. And I want to give a special thanks as well. This beautiful set right here, Restoration Emporium, so generously donated the beautiful decor. So thank you so much for that. Well, tonight certainly has been a very special evening. All of our supporters have really stepped up during this critical year.
It has been. And I think we're actually very, very close to being able to let you know that the final number and what you've been waiting for. So on behalf of Kansas City Hospice and Palliative Care, I'm thrilled to announce to you right now that this year's event has raised, are you ready? Here we go.
Wow.
Oh, $417,000.
That is
All right,
wow.
Kansas City.
Woo!
We are absolutely thrilled.
Yes.
And so it's an honor. It's an honor and a privilege. And we're so grateful that you are giving your treasure to us. It's so important. And we will use it wisely. Thank you so very much.
Yes, indeed. And again, we just want to thank you all for joining us this evening and gifting us with your time at home. And we hope really that you were moved by the videos and the individuals that joined us live and virtually. We really look forward to seeing you in person again very soon.
Absolutely.
To celebrate year 41 and all the great work that Kansas City Hospice does. And again, thank you to all of our sponsors.
Yep.
So from the three of us here,
our supporters, thank you so very much.
thank you and have a beautiful and safe evening. See you next year.